So the world is talking about pandemic, and we keep talking about two pandemics. It's healthcare and economic pandemic together. Salutes to healthcare experts for surviving lives, but I equally salute CXOs and business leaders surviving businesses. They're fighting two wars, protecting themselves, their families, and also businesses, which is going to impact millions. It's a global big reset, economic reset, which is happening, and this is going to stay for long. And when we wake up to the post-COVID era, the game which we have played for ages probably is going to look a little different. The good news is the changes brings many more opportunities than adversities. So if you look at one change, right, every single company, every single sector, subsectors are reducing cost, maybe from 10, 15, 10, 20%. And if the lockdown was about 3 months, probably the cost would have gone back. But seems like the lockdown is going to have a 6 to 9 month impact, and the new cost structure will create disproportionate imbalances in the cost, and which will result into probably pricing. For commoditized market, this can mean so much, and for non-commoditized, this difference of 10% or 8% in cost structure can change the whole basic game of competition. You talk about the automotives and aerospace being slow down. I know so many engineering plastic companies now, which were supplying it to automotives or aerospace, now they're looking to supply it to medical plastic as an alternate source of energy. And same is with adhesive companies in chemicals. So again, you are forced to make these changes, unprecedented level of changes, and creating newer competition in that space of medical plastics or medical adhesives, right? The mask which we see probably would have on medical skin-friendly adhesives. Similarly, I know there will be an era now going forward. I believe a lot of global products will be differentiated based on, are you anti-pandemic compliant or not compliant. For example, you have an HVAC systems, the air conditioners. If your pipes are fitted with UV lights, which can disinfect possible infections, probably, who knows, that becomes the preferred differentiators. And if we go on building such list of products and offerings, probably you will have a huge similar offering. I believe is going to be differentiated is everything is getting business. There's a new world called continuity, and the world is moving towards continuity of everything. You talk about business, manufacturing, supply chain, education, critical services. And there will be a new norms or new normal created in terms of, are you continuity compliant or not compliant, and probably will further create newer differentiators for the same offering which you have been playing for ages. Another interesting facet, if you see how companies are going to utilize their sales, marketing, product, research, M&A teams. Mind you, I mean, all the lockdown is for most of it is blue collared or manufacturing stuff, but every single people who can operate from work from home is working. So again, the imbalance will be created in terms of utilization factor of the current sales, marketing, product, research, M&A teams. And if your company is not, if the business has usually slowed down and you're not pivoting towards the newer ways to utilize them, the starting point with the global reset is same today, but from now 5 to 6 months down the line, the starting point is going to completely change. You talk about talent, millions of jobs being impacted will make new business models, because all these jobs are now going to be available as consultants, again, which may become a new normal. As against a full-time employees, you may see a completely new normal, how you're going to engage this talent across the globe. And we're talking about massive millions of jobs. And if you look at another change, how the stock market is going to really respond to all these global changes. You have a company which, with a new cost structure getting matured, about a savings of 10 to 12% in their cost structure. And when the volumes comes back, the profitability to the surprise will go in the north. And there are companies who are becoming more relevant with all these changes, and there will be a set of companies who will be laggards. So stock markets are going to really respond to each of these companies differently, further creating new imbalances in the competition. This lockdown has given humongous potential of new ideas to every single business person, startups, newer ideas to cut down the cost, newer ideas to find newer avenues of revenues, newer ways to stay relevant or agile or continuity to support continuities. So these ideas are going to take some time when it hit the road, but the changes have started happening in terms of ideating. And with all these changes, I think the global reset, as I said, the starting point is same, but within 6 months, the starting point will differ for each of the companies because of their preparedness to respond to these changes. There was a continuous shift of revenue sources from old sources to newer technologies, newer use case, newer product, newer clients, newer market. And this is going to be compounded with post-COVID. So what will impact your revenues will be a combined function of the shift in revenue sources of your client or your client's client on you. Furthermore, the lockdown is not going to open uniformly for each sectors, each geographies, and the cascade impact of that will further create imbalances. The only thing which probably will help companies afloat this is how relevant they are, and if they spend significant portion of their thought process in staying relevant, knowing the rapid changes happening in their ecosystems, what are their competitors doing, and what are the rapid shifts with their clients. I think this significant change, world has fought many wars, and we believe this war of change would equally be fought with courage, opportunities, and adversities. And I keep saying this, that if the companies need each other more when there are so many changes, it simply means it's a silver lining. If you are relevant for them, they need you more.